What's up guys, Skelshead here for another video. Today we are going to do something that I already did 1 week ago or something, but I did not execute it the way I want to do it right now. What we're gonna do today is to run a compression test on the engine. As I said, I've already done it a week ago, but I only did a dry test. I didn't do a wet test, so that's what I want to do today. Actually, doing not only the dry test but the wet test. And what's the difference? Well, when you're running a compression test on your engine, if you run the compression without any oil in the head of the pistons, that's called a dry test. So the engine will run its pistons up and down completely dry, and you will be able to get a value for the pressure, for the pressure that is producing. The difference is when you actually put a little bit of oil above the pistons. What we will do, the oil will get into between the engine sleeves and the pistons and the O-rings of the pistons. So it will be able to seal the explosion chamber better, because the oil will fill the spots in between the O-rings and the sleeves of the engine. So I didn't do that last time. Since I ran the dry test a week ago, I don't think there is any leak in the cylinders, because the values I get for all six are pretty similar to one another. They don't have a big variation, so I know that we are good in that matter. But today all I want to see is if there is a big difference between the values that I will get in the dry and in the wet test. I will first, as usually, show stuff that we're gonna need, all the tools that we're gonna need to be able to do this. And since we are doing a compression test, this video serves also to show you how you can change your spark plugs. Mines were changed not so long ago, like 2 weeks ago or something. So I expect to see them, they are completely fine. I will show you what are the correct spark plugs for this engine too. Show you the OEM stuff, and yeah, that's it. Okay guys, so in here I have all the material that we're gonna use today, all the tools. So first off, since we are running a compression test, what we'll need is obviously a compression test kit. Let me open this. There you go. As you can see, this is a compression test kit. It comes with a pressure gauge in here, bars and PSIs. It comes with these adapters. Also, the one we're gonna need is this one. It is for 16 millimeters plugs. This is going to be in the spot where the spark plugs are gonna be inserted or removed. In this case, it comes with these with the hose, of course. In this side we're gonna put the gouge, and in this one we're gonna connect it to this adapter, and then we're gonna put the adapter in the spark plug hole. So this is the compression test kit. It's very simple. Um, I also have this spark plug in here. Yeah, this was an old spark plug that I replaced it. It's the correct part number. If you want to know what is your spark plugs for this engine, you should go for these ones. Denso SK20R11. They are iridium spark plugs, and as you can see, I actually cut it this old spark plug because if you have a situation where your adapter gets stuck in the spark hole, in the spark plug hole, you can use this spark plug with your wrench that I'm gonna show you to be able to unscrew the adapter from the hole. So this is a free hint. The next thing you're gonna need, I'm gonna show you. Okay, we have our oil canister in here. I don't know how do you call it, but since we're gonna do a wet test, we're gonna need some oil. It has already some oil in there. Then, for effects of removing the spark plugs, we're gonna need a spark plug, a socket. This one has already the extension. Is very nice. This one, as you can see, it has a swivel head. And it's magnetic. The most important thing, and what I really advise you, is actually to acquire a magnetic spark plug wrench, and not the ones that comes with the rubber rings, because those ones are really painful, because every time you want to remove the wrench when you're done, what actually happens is that the ring gets stuck in the spark plug. So these ones make your job much more easier. You don't have to be that caution when you are screwing and taking out your wrench. These are very handy. This one, as you can see, has a 5/8 in the spark plug that is 16 millimeters, and for the square on the other side, I like to use 3/8 3/8 system. So I have my 3/8 wrench in here. This goes in here, of course. So yeah, this spark plug socket is really nice, because it has a long extension, it has a swivel head, it's magnetic, so I think it's perfect for this job. You will also need, of course, these two are 1/4 1/4 system. This is 10 millimeters. 10 millimeters is the size for the rest of the bolts that you will gonna need to unscrew for the airbox and for other plastic covers in order to reach the spark plugs. So we're gonna need that too. We also gonna need some set of pliers, because it will be much more easier for us to remove the fuel pump relay when we do a compression test on your engine. You should always remove the relay, or cut the circuit for the fuel pump, because you don't want any fuel to be injected in the cylinders. Same for the spark plugs, but that we're gonna actually disconnect the coil packs. Actually, the only thing you want to be running when you do a compression test is actually your starter engine. You have to be careful not to cut that circuit. You only need to cut the fuel pump circuit, so we're gonna remove the relay for that. I have also in here a multimeter, so we can check the battery voltage, because when we are the experience that I have is that when we are doing our cranks, the voltage on the battery can quickly go low, get down pretty quickly, and that of course will affect the values on the compression test results. So the first cylinders would get values of compression higher than the others that I would test after, just because the voltage on the battery started decreasing real fast. So the starter engine didn't have much power to run the pistons. So the last thing we need, we're gonna. Oh, this is actually something that I really advise you to also when you are changing your spark plugs, is to get a torque wrench. This one is a 3/8 system torque wrench, and it goes from as you can see, it goes from 14 to 108 Newton meters. The correct value for actually screwing, locking down the spark plugs is 18 Newton meters, so it is a very low value. This one goes from 14 to 108, so 18 is actually almost in the beginning, but we can do it with this torque wrench. I can show you better. See in here. There you go. This is my 3/8 torque wrench. What also is very useful is actually having, I'm gonna show you an engine light like this. This one is very cool. It lets you actually have a good lighting on what you are doing, to be able to see what you are doing. So yeah, that's it. The first thing we're gonna do is to remove the fuel pump relay. It is not called, I have to advise you that it's not called the fuel pump relay in this engine. There is a fuel pump relay, but in this box right here, but the relay is not there. So okay, so as I was showing, don't be fooled by this schematic in here, the one that says fuel pump, you see, because there is no relay in here for the fuel pump. So it's not this one that we're gonna cut. What we're gonna actually remove is this relay right in here, in this other relay box next to your battery. Yeah. Okay guys, so this is the relay box. The circuit, the relay that you want to take out in order to cut the fuel from the injectors is this one. It's called the circuit opening relay. It's directly connected to the fuel pump. You see this one. So by removing, we shut down the fuel pump. I can show you also in here. I have the schematic for this model. So as you can see, there is in this, you see, circuit opening relay. So you follow it, and it says fuel pump right in there. Then it goes to the ground. This is the command circuit. It's grounded here in to the ECU. Yeah, it comes from the ignition, from the ignition switch, as you can see. Goes to the fuse starter, No, sorry, goes to the ignition fuse, of course. Yeah, that this is the command circuit of the relay. Yeah, it is grounded in here. This is the power, the line of power of the relay. So as you can see, there is also this electronic fuel injection relay. It has a fuse. We could cut it eventually from here too. Yeah, this one is the one that is connected to the fuel pump. So we're gonna go with this one. So let's remove it. So guys, let's remove the opening circuit relay. Okay, I advise you to do this with the set of pliers, as you can see, also Denso. Okay, we removed our relay. So the next thing will be actually to unscrew the screws that are holding the airbox, which is this plastic thing in here. We also need to remove this the temperature sensor, the air temperature intake sensor, which is this one, and which is a little bit tricky. Okay guys, I already disconnected the intake air temperature sensor. I had to use both ends, sorry. I actually used my little friend in here. So okay, let's start to remove the bolts on the airbox. So there's three on the front, 1, 2, and 3. And this part you can take out this part, but I actually remove everything from one. So you got more 3 bolts, 10 millimeters, one in here, one in here, I don't know if you can see, and one let me just show you, and one in here. You see, it's very down. You're gonna need an extension. We'll see. So yeah, let's do it. Okay guys, so let's start removing the screws. This one, yeah, this one will come easily. I like to use this straight wrench or screwdriver. I don't know how actually you call it, just to remove this. Okay, so one, next one, 2. Three. Okay. So as you can see, this part of the airbox is already disconnected. Now I'm gonna do the other part, the main box actually. These are longer bolts. This one. I just use it. Yeah, you can see the loser. And only the one in the back is missing. So yeah, it's a bit easy. But when you have a magnetic telescopic magnet, it also comes in handy. Just yeah, I can do it with my finger. So we've successfully removed all the all the screws that we need. Now the thing that we have to do is actually taking out the airbox, and I must advise you, the first time you do it, you probably are gonna need to apply a little bit of more force to remove it for the throttle body. The throttle body will be on the way of the airbox, will be much more stuck to the airbox. So just do it a little bit of more force. Don't be, yeah, really came out. Don't be afraid of doing a little bit more force. And we can take, oh, sorry, oh, I forgot, I have to show you. As you can see, there is this vacuum line in here, this breathe line of the engine to the airbox. You need also to remove it. Okay, it's really easy, comes pretty easy. So in this way the airbox is been completely loosened from the engine, as you can see. Now we have full access to the spark coils. This is coil number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the throttle body. ETCSI, electronic throttle control intelligent, or something like that. Here in the intake. So you have our fuel rail in here also. As you can see, these are the injectors, like in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6 is there. You can see, but it's there. So what we're gonna need to do now is actually remove the spark plugs, the connectors for the coil plugs. For this, I think I'm gonna use my little friend. I think now, okay. So one. Okay, 2. I think I'm gonna do the rest. I'm gonna do the rest. I don't know if you guys want to see. This is the same thing. So number 3. This one is it's under the breather line, so you will have to put it aside. 4, 5, and let me see if I can just do it from here. And 6. So now we can remove our coil plugs. So to remove the coil plugs, sorry, we're gonna need to move the individual bolts from each one. So let me just do, yeah, these ones are better than with one of these with this kind of wrench, because I torque it a little bit more last time. So number 3, oops, making a mess in here. Number 4, probably I shouldn't have secured this bolt so tight, but you know how it is. So this one is the 5th, and where is it? Okay, so in here you can see that the bolt is under these wires that goes into the battery. So what you want to do is actually pull. Let me just see. Of course, you have to push this behind, and then you lift this, and it comes out from the mount, and now we can access the screw in here that was under these wires. So let's gonna do that. Yeah, there you go. Let me see. I just can take this with my hand. This is really gets difficult because I have to hold the camera with one hand and do actually my job with the other, but I'm getting used to. So coil, now you just can pull them. So coil pack number 1. See, what I like to do is actually now that we removed it, what I like to do is actually put them in order, so I can be able to know what are what cylinder they are from, so we don't have number 3, number 4, number 5, and finally number 6. You see that if we don't remove this thing from the mount, we can take out the spark plug, even if we have an extension or a swivel head kind of wrench. So there you go, 6 coil plugs. I already inspected them last time, so I'm not expecting to see. I think they are good. Any damage from them. Now, as you can see, we have full access to the plugs. As you can see the plug. It's the plug in the spark plug hole. So let's start in order to do the compression test. We need to remove the 6 of them. So remove them and put them next to the correct coil plug. So let's do that. As you can see, we have our spark plug socket in here. It has a swivel head, it's called magnetic. So we're gonna start. You just go on the spark plug, and you just to remove it, it's anti-clockwise. So we're going. It's this way. Yeah, it already broke. So now, after you detort it, you just try to remove her the faster you can. Actually, I prefer to do this like this. So number 1, yeah, it's in perfect condition. nothing. You have to be careful when you remove it, not to, yeah, it's very new. Okay, so this is number one. Let's go for number two. Yeah. Number two coming out. Let's do the number three. Okay, so number three. Okay, number four. Number four. Number five. So number five right here. Number five and number six. As you can see, with a magnetic wrench, you don't have to be very afraid of just taking the spark plug like this, to lift it like this, because it will always come out easily. It doesn't get stuck. Yeah. Again, if you guys want to know what is the correct spark plug, as you can see, it's Denso SK20 R11. Okay, so what we're gonna need now is pick up our compression test kit. To assemble it, you just pick up the gauge. You have this quick fitting connector on the hose. You just go until it's secured. Okay. So and you have this adapter for 16 millimeters into this hose. I really got to advise you that you should really tight the adapter to the hose, because you don't want to, when you are removing it from the cylinder, you don't want to that it gets stuck in there and you just unscrew this part. No, you want to remove everything, so do it with the maximum force. Apply it the maximum force you can, so you don't have then to have to remove it manually, or the spark plug that I showed. So this is going into the first cylinder. I'm just gonna attach it to the hole where the spark plug was. So this is the first one. You can leave him resting here. So guys, after we have our gauge inserted, let me just check. Yeah, it's locked in the cylinder. Next thing we're gonna need to do is actually crank the engine a few times, like 5 or 6 times, until we get a stable reading on the gauge. This ideally is done with 2 people, so one can check and the other can actually crank the engine. So guys, we are ready to do actually the compression test on the first cylinder. So I have another person in the car to crank crank the engine on the ignition switch. So we're gonna do that, but one thing that is advised is to do it while with you can see with the throttle open. So guys, let's do it. Yeah. As you can see, we have open throttle. Yeah, you can stop. Yeah, so the value we are getting is 125 psi's. So we remove the first one. Let's go for the second. I'm just screwing the dodge on the second one. Let me just see. This is very difficult to do with just one hand, but I have to do it for you guys, you know. So I think it's secure. So you can crank the engine with the accelerator on. Okay. So as you can see, it's already the same number, 125. So 125. Okay guys, so we're gonna unscrew it again. Yeah, first releasing this. Estás a fazer? First unscrewing this. Yeah. Let it come out. You have to be careful not to. You always have to check if your adapter is comes with the gauge or stays there, because it can happen that it stays there in the cylinder. So you're not gonna want that. So we're screwing it to the third. Let's do it. Maybe for next one I will omit this part and you will just see the final results. But okay, I think it's proper secured. Okay, you can run it with the accelerator on. So almost 125. It's actually 120. Okay, we're gonna check the battery see if it starts to go down. You can turn off always. Yeah. If you see it, if it does any difference. Okay, you can run for the fourth. Yeah. So shut off. Okay, so 125. We are getting very consistent results. Okay, we have the fifth cylinder. You can run it. Yeah, 125. You can go. Yeah. Okay, so sixth is ready to go. You can crank. Yeah, almost 125. Almost 125. Yeah, 120. 120. Yeah. So guys, between the tests I was actually testing the voltage on the battery. So I'm getting it doesn't getting be to drop really fast, just like happened to me one time, and it had the influence on the results. I'm getting 1227, but it seems that with all the cranks it doesn't have to be dropping lower. The voltage hasn't been dropping that much. So okay, we're gonna do the same thing, but actually injecting a little bit of oil in the cylinders in order to see if the oil seals better the cylinder and we get better values of compression. Yeah, let's do it. Now guys, in order to do the wet test, we're gonna need to drop a little bit of oil in the cylinder. So how much oil? It doesn't have to be much, only a tablespoon or something. I'm just gonna drop just one pull on the trigger on this. So let me see if I can better go for the oil on the. think it dropped. So for the second one, I hope. Okay, guys. So I've successfully managed to drop a little bit of oil in the cylinder. So next thing we're gonna do is exactly the same thing we did in the dry test. We just have to connect our hose, our gauge in the cylinders, and then we can run the test. So guys, let's do the same thing we did for the dry test in the wet test. I have another person in the car, as always. He's gonna crank the engine like 5 or 6 times. And actually, I don't know if I said that, but you should also have always the foot in the throttle in order to open the butterfly valve of the throttle body. So yeah, you can crank the engine. Okay, and you see, guys, with the oil we start to see values that are higher. So this is 130, 135. We gain 10 psi's from just the oil. Do it again. Yeah, you can stop. Yeah, as you can see, guys, we have higher values. So for the first one, we're gonna say 135. Guys, let's do the second cylinder. You can start. Yeah, and you can see that we are closer to 140. Yeah, 140, 145, so significant gain. Yeah. Okay, guys, so we are ready for the third. And this one is going up to 150, so we are really upping the values. Guys, so we are ready for the fourth one. This one I did a lot of oil just to see if and yeah, 150 again. Okay, guys, so we are ready for the fifth cylinder, this one in here. Okay, you can crank the engine. And close to 150 we get to 140, I think. So yeah, last cylinder, the one that I had to do a little more gymnastic to get there, but we're done. So we are ready. We're going to just, you can crank the engine. And as you can see, 150, we are getting really consistent values. Guys, we're gonna repeat the test on the first cylinder now with more oil, just to see if we get higher values than 135 that we obtained, since the others ones are all on the range of 150, 145. So you can start. Yeah, see, we get 150 on this one too. So the first time we did it, I haven't dropped enough oil. So as you can see, I'm pretty sure that even the ones that are reading 145, with a little bit of more oil, they will get 150, and they all have the same pressure. So very consistent. We know for sure that we don't have any leaks in this kind. This engine is in really pretty good health. I researched a little bit about the normal values for engines like this, 1GFEs, and they come in the in 150, 155. So we have a really healthy engine in this car, and yeah, I'm really happy with it, and we know for sure that this engine is ready to get some boost. It will definitely hold a little bit of boost in the order of 0.7, 0.8. It's what I'm aiming for when we supercharge this engine. So yeah, to finish our job we need to do the inverse of what we did. We're gonna assemble everything. I'm gonna just show you everything, how to put back the spark plugs and connect everything. So yeah, but I'm pretty happy with the results of our compression test, wet and dry. And so let's reassemble everything and then I wrap it up. So guys, we're almost done. Now we need to reassemble everything. So I have in here the spark plug. We're gonna do it by order, of course. We start with cylinder number one. To assemble, we have the magnetic wrench, so we don't need to have to be that careful. Put them on the socket, and you can play with it, do jumps. It will not go anywhere. So let's start screwing it. So this time we to lock the spark plug, it's actually clockwise. You go on the clockwise motion. So we can take off this. We just do it by hand. Okay, so it starts to be tightening. So what I like to do in this situation is actually get a torque wrench and torque it with the correct number. As you can see, this torque wrench, the number we need is exactly 18 Newton meters. So how to set up this? You just go to 10, that mark. You have to be up that mark, and you select for 8, because 10 plus 8, 18. So you can't go up to 20 because 20 is already up of 18. So you have to choose the measure that is before the number you want, and you just go rotate this handle and you go to 8. Then you lock it in place. Okay, so it's locked. Yeah, it's already in 18 because usually this is the torque wrench I use it for this job. So it's already and then you're just gonna clockwise, you're just gonna block. Okay, and you see the click sound. It means that we already reached the value, and we just pull it and see how easy it is. We don't the spark plug, the socket doesn't get stuck in there. You don't have those problems. So okay, so first one is done. Let's put the coil pack. In order not to mix any of the stuff, I like to do it in order. So the first one goes in the first one. Now we start working on the second one. You just drop in the magnetic wrench, then you just go like this. Put this just or actually not need this. I'm just gonna screw it by hand because it's faster until we reach some kind of lock. Yeah, okay. Now we need a torque wrench. It's already 18, so we do the rest with the torque wrench. And go. Okay, and it's already in 18. So second coil plug. Let's go. Yeah, you just fix it like that. I have already the third spark plug, so let's do this. Okay, kick out, go for the torque wrench. The sorry, stupid. Take out. Okay, windshield, 18 third coil pack. In these engines, it's really easy to know how to put a coil pack because they all have the screw where they attach. You can just go by the screw and you'll be fine. Easily understand what's the position of it. So, fourth one. Okay, I don't want to over torque it. Fourth coil pack. Yeah. Okay, let's do the fifth plug. Okay. So let's drop it. Let's drop it in the hole and just lock it, secure it in place, lock it in place. Okay. Okay, you reach in. This is the fifth plug here, and this is the sixth final one, final spark plug. Let's do it. It's easier this way. Okay, so you need just to torque it. Okay, so this one you have to manage to reach behind this cable protection, and now you can just click the connectors, connect the connectors. So this one, 2, 3. Okay, fourth one is done. This one is the third, is behind this vacuum line, so it's a little bit tricky, but it's already. So connect this and this. And now we have to screw them. The screws are this one, for the securing the coil packs. So let's use this screwdriver with the 10mm socket. So first one, I'm just gonna do it without too much torque because I think it was excessive last time I did it. Okay, it's there, it's aligned. So second one done. So for the third. Okay, third is locked, secure. Fourth. Fourth is done. Okay, let's go for the fifth one. It's not in place. No, it is, no. And now last one. I think it's better if I do it from here. Okay, cover tight. Get tight. So we have our spark plugs and connected and all set. So last thing we need is actually remount the airbox. So we'll do that. As you can see, this is a two-piece airbox, and you can take out this part, separate the two if you want, but I think it's just to work, and we don't need to do that. First, we need to align the entrance of the. Oops. So as I was saying, The first thing you need to do is to align the hole on the airbox to the throttle body. Just align for the hole, the intake hole, and just kind of press it. Let me see from this side. Yeah, see, really easy, already in place. This mount is in place. This mount is in place too. Let me check the third one. Yeah, I think it is. And don't forget to go actually for the vacuum line that we the vacuum that we took out. It's really easy. It's just you can see it, but I just pull the tube into the airbox. It's really easy. You will not have any difficulty in doing that. One thing I forgot is to actually mount our electrical cable in the support that we did for the last. It's really easy. You just need to push the plastic thing against the support, and it will want. It's already done, quick. And last thing, yeah, you can see in here you have the sensor, the air temperature intake sensor, EAT. So you just connect it. Okay, it doesn't click. So completely done. Last thing we need is just to screw to these 3 bolts that are longer. We're gonna start by doing these 3 for the 3 positions on the airbox itself. So I'm gonna use my screwdriver. Okay, the first one is this one right here. First as I was saying, I like to use these ones. Okay, so last screws are these ones in here, in the front of the airbox, on this part of the airbox. First one, it goes here. Yeah. Second one in here. And finally the third one in here, next to the radiator cap, my nice radiator cap from Blitz. So yeah, so I think we are done. Now what we're gonna need to do is check is everything. No, we actually are not done yet. It misses one thing. We need to insert the relay that we take out. Otherwise the car will not run, of course. So the relay has these 2 positions. You can't miss this one. So you just go and just insert it. It's much easier than taking it out. You need I usually use a plier, set of pliers to take out, but to put it again, really easy. So let's put our cover first there. Yeah, in place, secured. So let me just check for the voltage on the battery, because we crank the 1238. Okay, so we will not have starting issue problems because of the battery. So yeah, it's already in here. So we're gonna start the car. We have a little a little bit low on fuel. So yeah, I think we don't have any check lights, as you can see. We have low fuel, but it's okay. The idle is on 100, 200. Okay, that's not bad. So yeah, I think we're done. Let's go in here. Yeah, so it's idling pretty well. So guys, we finished everything. We check if the car is alright. I think it is. The engine is running just smooth. Before we close, the values that we get are pretty much, I can show you, are pretty much close to each other. So as you can see, wet and dry test. Some of the values we have a significant gain from the wet test for the dry test. Okay, that's the engine is a little bit old. However, as you can see, we don't have values in the cylinders that are very different from each other. The wet tests, almost all of them are 150. The ones that are 140, I think that if I had to put a little bit of more oil in the cylinder, it had came to 150. So 150 is the value. It's a pretty good value. We know for sure that there are no leaks in this engine, which is very good. So next video I'll do, it's probably with the starting of assembling of the supercharger and all that. And yeah, that's it. I hope you like it. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.